Fear the mind that's set free. In the shadows, destiny. Shifting sands are fate to find. In the desert heat we leave behind. Promise of the queens that Haderach, rising from the dust and bound. Beneath twin suns on Arrakis land, firmament whispers in the wind so grand. Melange flows through every hand. Shai Hulud rules the desert sand. Paul's visions, good times hold. He who sees where futures unfold. Blue within blue eyes so bold. Destinies in spice foretold. Shifting sands are fate to find. In the desert heat we leave behind. Promise of the queens that Haderach, rising from the dust and back. Cutting through the sky. Harkonnens blood and spice to lie. What is worth more than gold? Ancient secrets still untold. Shiny whispers, dreams to be. Bene Gesserit's prophecy. Fear the mind that's set free. In the shadows, destiny. Shifting sands are fate to find. In the desert heat we leave behind. Promise of the queens that Haderach, rising from the dust and bound. Dreams to be, Bene Gesserit's prophecy. Fear the mind that's set free. In the shadows, destiny. In the desert heat we leave behind.
Welcome everyone, welcome. All right, we made it. Episode 4 completed. Hopefully you guys can hear me good. My phone died, so I can't hear my own stream. Man, I got 6 people in here already. Nice. Welcome to the post-show review from myself, Arrakis Central. So we just watched that. Wow, what an episode, huh? Wow, the show's getting good. It's too bad there's only 2 episodes left. Now it's starting to get good. Yeah, so what did you guys think? Doing good. I figured that's what you meant. Well, they showed a lot more of his motivations, but I don't think we're gonna know till the end. We'll let a couple more people get in here before we start talking about the episode. Yeah, yeah, man, the Landsred Council scene, dude, is freaking crazy, right? I'm just dealing with some technical things here real quick before. Wait. But yeah, awesome. Nice. So we got 4 people in here so far. We got a couple people in here. I'm trying to to kind of process that episode. Yeah, I was hoping for a little more Desmond stuff, but I have a theory on him that I made a video about. I don't know if you guys seen it yet. And oh man, at the end, we'll get into the end. The very last scene. Ooh, man, that's gonna make some Dune Messiah people happy, I think. But yeah, I guess we'll just get right into it, man. We're 7 people in. Welcome to the stream. Gonna talk about this episode a little bit as straight from the get-go. We kind of start off with a little scene where they're having basically the acolytes are kind of having synchronized nightmare, like all of them all at the same time, except for one of them. So that's interesting. Why? But
Beneath twin suns on Arrakis land, firmament whispers in the wind so grand. Melange flows through
oh, sorry about that. I hit my mute button for a second. But why? Yeah, the ending caught me up. So that dude, hey, Messiah people are gonna love that. They're gonna love that whole face dancer element to this this show now. Maybe, I guess. The I don't even know. I've talked about it in other streams. But if people, yeah, the people that only like Frank Herbert stuff are not gonna like this show, so it probably doesn't matter anyways. Yeah, so we start off with was it Sister Emmeline? Is that Emmeline? Yeah. I'm starting to remember all their names too, all the main acolytes. You got the 4 kind of main ones right now. You got your Lila, she's in the spice chamber, which we saw she woke up. Sister Emmeline, Sister Jen, and then we have Theodosa. So that's the 4 main young acolytes that we kind of follow. The rest of them are just in the background, right? Those are really just the main 4. And now I know, I'm kind of starting to remember their names, so that's good. I kind of like them. I like those characters now. They're kind of developing. Man, it's just too bad. I just think this show is going to get better towards the end of it, and then it's gonna end, and we're gonna be like, dang, dude, only 6 episodes. So that's kind of a letdown, but we got 2 episodes left to get going with this. Yeah, so we start off with they're having this nightmare, and it's either Leto the Second or Arafal or whoever this is reaching through. Is it Paul? Who is it? Is it just Desmond? You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's Desmond doing these dreams. You know what I'm saying? So we cut through the intro scene. We almost start off exactly where we ended on the last episode, where Valia is going to have to take extreme measures to kind of get back favor with the Emperor. And then so she goes in there kind of scheming a little plot there to get back into the good graces, because I don't know if people are tracking. Valia is the sisterhood, so to speak, has been the ones pulling the strings for all the subplots of the show, right? So she's been running the rebellion. She's been running the marriages and all that kind of thing too. I mean, what else has she not been running? Until Desmond's throwing a wrench in the works, right? So basically, Desmond's just throwing a wrench in the works. Thomas Anomalous, hey, it helps shows Valia's weaknesses. As much as she annoys me, I really like how they don't hide her flaws. Yeah, so there's a lot of Easter eggs in this episode too. We have basically they haven't created their, so to speak, their full Bene Gesserit, mantra, so to speak, yet, where the sisters still have fear, all this stuff, right? Everything's leading to basically the Bene Gesserit being developed as a more stricter, focused entity to become the Bene Gesserit from the sisterhood, right? Yeah, so it's almost like they're all channeling, who's looking in on them, you know? Is it Leto the second? Or who is that, you know? I guess we'll find out. But and I was surprised they you know, they're laying some nice tidbits in this episode, more lore in here for us. So after that scene, she's still pissed off at that uncle. And then she basically hatches a scheme to, we find out later on, she knows about the thinking machine drone that they're going to use to blow up the council, but she started the whole thing. Tyrion Atreides thinks he's running a rebellion. Valia's running it the whole damn time. She's going to use that to stop it, save the council, save the emperor, and all that kind of stuff, and then basically get back in the good graces, stop the rebellion, throw another Atreides under the bus, because that's one of her goals too. But then, of course, Desmond comes in, foils the whole thing in the throne room, which was, dude, that's like my best scene of the whole show so far. Desmond in there laying down the law, dude, talking about, dude, it was awesome, talking about the different creatures, because we never really see in the movies a little bit of hints in Dune Part 2, but there's all kinds of other stuff that can kill you on Dune, and he's like laying that out, dude. I was like, man, I'm pumped. That was awesome. You know, all the stuff from the books, all the little creatures and things that can kill you, and you know, they don't really talk too much about that in the movies. And he says everything fears the sandworm. That scene in the therm, it's freaking awesome, right? I mean, am I wrong? That was badass. But so Yanez is not happy that her dad is using Hart as an assassin, so to speak. So she starts hatching her own little plan to screw her dad over, and then the brother punks out, right? He wusses out on that, and then probably for the better. I think that was probably for the better, but for him anyways. And then she tries to blow the lid on everything, but then it all, of course, we saw that part. We'll get to that. The mom, Empress, Natalia there, she's got her own little arterial motive to keep pushing Desmond and getting things done with the Emperor. So, dude, every person around here is just scheming pretty much on the Emperor. Really, if you think about it, the only kind of good guy in this show, if you want to think of that, is the Emperor. Roderick is dad, but Javico, if you want to consider him maybe a good guy, him and maybe Tyrion Atreides are really the only kind of noble-hearted, so to speak, I guess you could say. You know, but yeah, but and early on in those books, though, the Roderick, his dad, and him, they're kind of somewhat good people. They're not totally evil. His uncle was a scumbag, Salvador. So his uncle in the books was a jerk. Let's see here. I've talked about it in my video about how all that backstory on that on my other videos. Yeah, so they have a little lunch thing there. She confronts him and all this kind of stuff. And then the Emperor's, Javico's trying to make basically a fake coalition of the family to make us look good again and strong, unite. We go back over here to Wallach 9. They want questions because of the nightmare. Now they're starting to think, like, what's going on here? There's stuff that you guys aren't telling us. And things, But the thing is, they don't really know. They know a little bit, but they don't know, Tula and them don't know much more than that's the weakness, right? They don't want to let that they don't know. They know a little bit, but they really don't know either. They just know they think they need Lila to fight off this menace, the reckoning. So, and then this part right here. So Jen, is that her name? Sister Jen? She was not affected. So there's something going on with her. What is she, an Atreides? What is she? Got something going on? Is a link to... She's got some sort of link to Desmond Hart, maybe, or something. I don't know. I couldn't figure that out. So, yeah, what do you guys think on that? What do you guys think? I don't know. You guys hear me? Yeah, I'm coming through. Come through the stream. Oh, right there. But I'm not sure Lila is still Lila. Well, yeah, you never know. She looked kind of okay and normal there at the end. She's probably her, but it's probably gonna have other personalities coming in, taking control of her randomly. I bet is what they're gonna do. Dorothea is gonna come in and out, and she's gonna be like, I can't stop her from taking over, that kind of thing, probably. Yeah, so Sister Jen here, she's got something going on because she's immune to the dreams and all the stuff. So we'll see how that unfolds. Dude, this is my favorite shot of the show when they're all coming out of the space folding, you know, whatever bridge. Even though that's not lore correct, it's a highliner. They went with this. I don't know why, but it's supposed to be ships, carriers, highliner, space folding carriers that they use. But yeah, it is what it is. Council showing up already. All the lands rads. Let's see here. Basically, Javico asks Hart not to do anything at the council. Go through that. Tyrion back there again. This is where they're buying that little thinking machine drone that they're gonna blow up the council with, but it gets stopped later. Yeah, right there. You see that? It's almost like a precursor to a hunter seeker. You know what I'm saying? Well, hunter seekers are controlled by people directly, so that's a reason. And then it's back over to what's her name? Michaela? Yeah, Sister Michaela. And then so this dude, I forget his name again, but it's he's Ixian. See, I didn't catch that in the different episodes. He's an Ixian. What did we say his name was again? Someone told me in the last stream. I can't ever remember it. It's like what the heck? Someone tell me what his name is, quick. Well, no, they already had Highliner. No, so Von Max, that's Danny Villeneuve's thing. Since this is connected directly to the movies, this show. It's a Denis Villeneuve thing. It's just like in the movie. Have you watched the movies? It's just like in the movies. So in the movies, he does the same thing. It's like a folding bridge they do instead of a carrier. That's just how the movies did it. And since the show is basically in the same, whatever you want to call it, same style structure as the movies, in the same setting, you know, that they just using the same thing. So that's one thing they're getting kind of wrong with this movies and the show. Small complaint there, but it is what it is. Technically a battle cruiser big ship can fold space if they have a space navigator on board, but you know, and it's Holtzman engines, but you don't need to necessarily have that bridge. But that's a side issue. Let's see, let's go back to where we were. So she's plotting with Harkonnen. That's where she makes so she basically, let me skip back a part. Valia wants to use the fact that someone leaked the information about the Richese prince kid, and it actually was the Empress. It was the Emperor's wife who leaked it, but she uses it to basically start pushing the Landsrat to think, oh, we can use the Harkonnens to be a scapegoat to go and push for the inquiry, the investigation on it against the Carinos. Right. So then that's basically that's all it was about. You guys caught that? Then we cut to that scene where Tula is basically trying to bring out their dreams that all the acolytes had, but putting them in a spice trance, and then it gets out of control, and they finally draw the eyes looking back at them. They can't look past that point. All they see is the eyes looking back at you, which is reminiscent of Paul in some of those movies. But is it Paul or is it Leto? You know, Paul technically I think can look back at people too, but I don't think it's Paul looking back at him through time. But Horus, that was his name. Yeah, Horus, that was his name. Yeah, he got. Well, he ain't Horus no more. I kind of like that guy. They did him, but they did him dirty. Okay, so now so that whole scene ends, and then basically they draw what they see. They see the eyes. Then this is when the Empress comes in and tells Hart, "Hey, I need you to do the dirty work to give the Emperor a push." And he's like, "Fine." So he sends some secret police kind of guys out to start hunting down those rebel guys that are doing the trading in the AI tech. And then basically Kieran's in the spice den again, talking to the old boy Horace. Then Yenne's shows up, sees him. So that's why I'm wondering if she's gonna see him. She knows at this point. I think Yenne's knows that he's up to something, and I think she's like she's on board. She's gonna betray the well, she did it in this episode, but I think she's in love with him. I think she's in love with Kieran Atreides. And I think what's going to happen, I've seen some pics in the trailer that I think she's going to be tortured somehow or something, and then or in captivity. And then I think what I think is going to happen is she's going to rescue him, and they're going to get off planet to Caladan or something. And then they're going to make some more Atreides babies or something. I don't know. Maybe that's what happens. But yeah, but she seems like she knows what he's up to. She knows she's up to something. And now she's going to see that the guy he was hanging out with get burnt alive in the throne room. So she definitely knows now. You can tell like they're in love with each other and all that. Back at this is the part we don't know what she's asking her to do. She wants her to use her abilities, and she's like, I don't want to do that anymore. And she said, I wouldn't ask you, but we don't know what that is yet, but we're gonna find out right at the end of the episode. I didn't know what the hell was going on either. Fast back forward. They're trying to piece all the evidence together. What the hell this is? They still really can't figure it out. It's something to do with the worm and all this stuff, right? Shia Lud and all that. With Tula. And then this sister lady, she's annoying to me, dude. I hope she gets schwacked. She pisses me off. She's questioning everything. Back over here. Oh, she tries to get her brother to turn on the dad. So that's what Yenne's does at the council. So do you think Desmond lets Kieran live? I don't know about that. What's going to happen exactly with him and Kieran, but I think Kieran's going to get away off planet too. He has to kind of live because he's really the only main Atreides from what the show tells us. He's like the only blood link to them, the main blood link. So he said his dad. So did you guys catch that in this? He said his dad witnessed an atrocity. So was that supposed to be Ori's brother? Was that his dad? Because that would tie him up. It's 30 years later, so that would be about right. You know, that would match up. So that was his dad, the little kid that Tula let go at the assassination at the bloodbath, the poisoning. So I think that's supposed to be Willem, but Willem gets killed by in the books. So I don't know how they're gonna. He didn't say his dad's name, so I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Are they gonna just let that kind of slide by? Is it gonna be Wilhelm Atreides? I don't know if they're gonna, because Wilhelm Atreides was much older in the book. And then when he sees Ori get murdered, they're the same age, damn near. But yeah, they also didn't mention that she murdered the uncle too beforehand. I guess it doesn't really matter. She murdered the uncles and stuff. She murdered all, like the majority of them at the hunting lodge. But yeah, she's elevated to the core of the sisterhood though through ignorance. You talking about Yenne's? We come to find out in this episode she was rescued from the captivity by the Sisterhood. So we're gonna probably find out that they set that whole thing up. I bet. We're gonna come 100. I bet you $100 we're gonna come to find out that the Sisterhood, Valia, or whoever, set up that kidnapping of Yanez that she talked about. You know? But, did my headphones? Oh, my headphones died. Yeah, I thought I had them plugged in. My headphones died. Well, I don't really need headphones anyways. I'm just watching the old chat here. I'm not having much chat. I have a bunch of people coming through my TikTok, but they're not staying. They're just scrolling right through because they're just seeing me talking about the show. TikTok's a bunch of weird stuff on there all the time, so they're probably not interested in too much Dune. But Dune's a very YouTube kind of orientated franchise, I think. Because you can't just sit there and look at it for a couple seconds and learn what's going on. You gotta really like it and get into it. Yeah, the old one's annoying. So yeah, she tries to get him to. He said he'll do it too. Flip on the Emperor. Fast forward this scene. The throne. We're prepping for the throne room scene. They're all getting ready, and then they start entering in. He shows up, and then he kind of chickens out and just says, "I wish you good luck." And then the dad's like, "What the hell?" They go out there, and then. But he probably knows they knew something. But then she's looking for I don't really know who she was looking for right here. Kyrian? I don't know who Yanez was looking through, walking through the hall right there. Kyrian, I guess. Mike Hero, hello, I'm new to the Duneverse. Chapter 3 and 4 are the strongest so far, but overall I'm not completely into what? Into it? Yeah, man, it's a very. This show is mainly more for people who like the Brian Herbert prequel books. So yeah, that's the Brian Herbert prequel books. This is what this is kind of based on. So after the 3 books, Sisterhood of Dune, Mentats of Dune. Oh, they mentioned Mentats in this episode finally for the first time, so that was cool. They mentioned it, but they didn't really show them. And then the Navigators of Dune. So this takes place 30 years after those books. Yeah, so they're kind of tailored for people that like those books. The council begins, and then they finally get Harrow Harkonnen to go up there to do the request the inquiry, and then boom, Yanez busts in. So he's about to get the assassin droid drone out, but then she walks in. Then he puts it back. And then he does this awesome freaking. So Yanez comes in there, tries to blow the lid on it. He admits to it and does this whole speech, dude, about surviving on Arrakis, which was like one of the best little parts of the whole series so far, I think, personally, guys. The best little speech, little talk we've had yet from a character in the show yet, which was awesome. I'm gonna go back and watch that again. But yeah, man, that was awesome. And the freaking he got everybody kind of freaked out about it. He's kind of working the crowd. This is awesome. He's working the crowd here, scaring everybody about Dune. It's funny when he mentions Dune, Arrakis, like the other people in the, because people are just scared of this freaking planet, right? That's where they get all their spice from, but they're definitely afraid to go there, right? And so he's just scaring them with a boogeyman story of Arrakis. They're all just that was awesome. I don't know why I like that. And then he basically gets the go ahead to finally. He basically uncovers the frickin'. We didn't see it, but he uncovered the drone, explosive drone ahead of time. Kieran's like, "What the hell? That was my I'm supposed to release that. I can't do it because the chick I love's in the throne room now." And then so he's not gonna do it. And then but he had already found it. Valia's like, "Damn, I was supposed to set up a Atreides with that." I was gonna stop him. And then so she puts her little knife away, and then he goes on this whole thing about, hey, he brings out the frickin' Horus and the other Ixian kind of tech trader guys, and he's like, look at his face. He's like, oh shit. It's like, what's going on here? I can't just run out of here because I'm like one of the main guards. I was laughing, dude. I was laughing so. He was like, shit. I'm the main guard. I can't just run out of here. They'll think I'm in on it. And then he brought in his other little private guards in too. Desmond. So he's like, oh crap. And so then he says we need a more powerful emperor to really, put a fist down on thinking machines and all his tech, and he points to Javico, and then he basically goes up to them and is like, that's it. He knew all these guys were all part of the plot, I guess. From how did he know it, who each one of these guys were? That's the part I was trying to think back, like how did he know how each of these, then how did he not know that Tyrion was involved or Desmond? I mean, Harrow Harkonnen. So these guys must have known about the bomb thing already or something, I'm guessing, and they blabbed, I guess. That's the only thing I could think of. Did you guys catch that? How did Desmond know that the two house barons from these other houses were kind of because the one guy didn't get killed. It was really just those two that showed up at the right? Because they didn't kill. He only killed two of them. The two real mastermind guys. But how did he know they were in on it? Maybe he just has a power and knows, or what? I don't know. Well, I guess maybe we'll find out in the next episode. Or maybe those assassins or the tech guys. I don't think they showed us how he knew. Yeah, it didn't show, right? I'm guessing those traitor or the rebellion guys blabbed and threw their names out there or something, I'm guessing. But hey, man, Horus didn't blab. Well, we don't know, but it didn't seem like he didn't freaking roll over on Kieran. That was his true bud, man. So that guy was loyal, from what I've seen. From what we've seen, Horus didn't flip on him. He just kind of looked at him and was like, he gave him like a look. Don't worry, buddy. I'm not. He might have nabbed on him. I don't know, or whatever. Maybe we'll find out. Well, they're gonna catch Kieran because we've seen him locked up in the trailer. So somebody's gonna tell. I guess maybe Valia. But look, Horus was a loyal friend, man. He really was a loyal friend to the cause. So it's kind of sad he got schwacked. And then he let the other great house in Kieran live, but I think Desmond knows they're both involved. They gotta. I thought Atreides had the drone and was about to slip in. No, it was in the vent. Well, it was in the vent. They placed it in the vent earlier, pre-staged it. He was gonna go in there, set the drone off, and book out of the throne room. But when his girlfriend showed up, he was like, "Oh crap! I can't blow it up now," because she showed up. She wasn't supposed to be in there, so he didn't care about anybody else. But when she walked in, and then it all kind of cascaded because then his buddy came in too, and Hart brought all the people in, and all this stuff. So it was multiple. It was a multifaceted chain of events that just threw the whole thing out of whack. But it didn't matter. He had already caught it. So somebody. Oh, because they knew the plan. Yeah. Well, that's how Hart knew that the drone was in the vent, because those guys knew. Horus knew. So he already did get the information out of him. So that's easy to figure out. So Horus must have blabbed on those other house members too. Maybe they're the ones funding the assassination plot or something. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe they were more involved than what we think. Maybe they were funding it. So Maybe that's how they blabbed. Maybe they blabbed just those names, not the other people's names. Yeah, so those guys, Ixian Horus and the Ixian tech traders, are about to get whacked. He starts doing his power, and then he starts frying everybody's giblets. This seems awesome, dude. Where the Shai Hulud pops out. He's kind of reliving the moment when he gets gulped up. So I wonder if the scars on his back are Shai Hulud, or just years of. So my theory, I'll get into my theory at the end. I made a video about it. Just I have a theory that he's somebody else, Desmond. And then of course he sees the eyes looking back at him. He starts having his one funny eye. You know, there's something symbolic about that eye, the right eye. It always focuses on that eye when he starts doing things. So maybe people are right, and there's some kind of Ixian tech in there, and he doesn't realize it. Maybe he's a Gola and doesn't realize he's a assassination bot thing. I don't know. That's not really my main theory, but that could be. Some people think he is. Let's see here. He starts flapping everybody. He starts bleeding after he kills all those people. And then we find out later Valia gets a bit of his blood. So now she's going to see who she is. So then once we find that out, we're going to get our answers. Whether or not my theory's right, or whether or not yeah, so that's the Gola. Yeah, so it could be, man. It could either be the Gola thing, or and they talked about the Ixians today, and they showed face dancers. Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But I don't want to spoil that. Well, you guys watch it, so you already know. And then, so they're throwing tidbits of all the books in here now. At this point, we got the old books with the new books. So now we're kind of mixing everything. Now we're getting to the point where they're kind of merging, and we're getting stuff from Messiah and everything in here. So we'll see here. Great stuff, I think. I think this episode was like answered a lot more, not fully answered, but we got a lot more plot moving ahead on this episode than the last episodes. This one moved. This episode was it longer? Was it like 10 minutes longer than the other ones? And then it felt fast paced to me. I think their pacing was a little bit faster. So on this felt like a good pace on this episode, and then of course we had a little bit more exciting things happening, right? So, which is cool. 2 episodes left. I don't know why people hate this show so much. Can you guys figure it out? I can't figure it. I mean, I get it if it's not your thing. Oh, I don't like Dune. I don't like science fiction. I get that, but then there is art. You guys been in my live streams. I've been showing these articles and these bad reviews. There's people just hating this show, like big time, you know, media outlets and things. And I'm just like, why are they there must be something political behind the scenes about it. Hollywood politics wise that's going on, why they don't like it. I'm guessing. I don't know. What do you guys think? So there's gotta be something going on behind the scenes. Supposedly the show is doing well in views. I was watching a thing today. It's like number 1 or 2 or something on streaming right now. Yeah, I gotta go look that up, but apparently it's doing okay. That's good, because I would definitely want a season 2 of this if we get another season 2, or at least it could be a time jump. I want more of this Dune show. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it could be that, Von Max. I was thinking about that it's not enough wokeness in there, which is, it's dumb, because it's classically, it's woke. It's all the powerful women, they're running all the stuff, right? So it's like kind of what they should like, right? Or it's just not cuckoo enough. I don't know. I don't know. I can't figure that out. It seems like this would be the ultimate thing that they would like. Powerful, strong women running an organization and controlling everything from behind the scenes. I don't know. that seems like an ultimate thing that Hollywood would like, but yeah, I think you're onto something with that, Von Max. But theoretically, this show follows more of the characters, how they act. It's closer to the Brian Herbert books, how these characters are acting, than what like in Dune Part 2, like with Chani and all that being like super hardcore and all that stuff. She's not like that in the books at all. But the movies were actually more woke than this show. Maybe that's why. Like, I've read these books, the prequel books, and I'm like, other than Tula's supposed to be like a hot blonde, and then Mother Raquella is supposed to be blonde as well. So they kind of did that whole recasting thing for no reason, but yeah, but like Tula is supposed to be like super bombshell hot, because that's what in the books it talks about, how Valia is using her to seduce men. So she seduces the Atreides in the book, and that's how she gets in there and eventually kills Ori. In the books, there's a lot more into it going in there, like background into like how she infiltrates kind of into the house and stuff. Yeah, Bruce Falk. I think you're right about that. I don't think it's all that hard to follow though. I just can't figure it out why people hate the show so much. I do think episode 1 was the weakest, so I will give people that. So that was kind of rough. Episode 1 was that different showrunner. Then that showrunner got canned, and then now it's the people who made Westworld are making this now, which I like that show. Westworld was pretty good, but I never finished it. People said that got all wokey, but I don't know. I never finished it. I mean, it's robots. But so we find out after that he's bleeding. He starts bleeding every time he uses the powers. And then the Emperor's like, you're safe here, all this good stuff. They start, kind of praying and focusing their powers again. So I think Tula is... I don't think that Tula and Valia are going to stay. I don't know if they're going to survive this. And I think this, Emmeline, I feel she's like going to bring them all into focus eventually or something. I don't know what. But, and kind of make them the Bene Gesserit. I don't know, something about her. She just seems kind of like on it with some of the beliefs. Anti-technology stuff and all that. Ooh, yeah, Westworld. I like that show. It's pretty good, right? Westworld, and that's who's making this. The episodes 2, 3, and 4, or the rest of the show is made by those people. The first episode of this show was made by a different person. I don't think people realize that she got fired or canned, or I think it was Lady. So I think she got axed somehow. I don't know what happened. And then they brought the lady who did Westworld. And yeah, so that's what I mean. That show was awesome. Penguin, yeah, dude, Penguin was the Shiza. It was awesome. When I read the books, all the sisters look like Victoria's Secret models in my mind. Well, not all of them, but Tula was supposed. Well, Tula, she was hot in the show when she's young, but she's supposed to be a blonde bombshell. Like, she's supposed to be like, what's her face? I can't think of her name. Tula is supposed to essentially be like Sydney Sweeney. So if they had casted Sydney Sweeney to be Tula, I would have been like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Because that's what she's supposed to look like. Just super hot and all that, seduces men. But they didn't go with that. Yeah, I think Bruce Fogg, I think you're right. I think we're starting to... A lot of that stuff's starting to die out in Hollywood, but now the problem right now is a lot of people, other big streamers talk better than on this stuff than me. I don't. They have all the Hollywood insiders and things like the Neurotic and all them and the Geeks and Gamers guys. They're way up better than I am on this stuff. But I feel like the Hollywood stuff is dying out, and then the video games are now hitting the brunt of it, and they're kind of weeding that out now. So the video game companies are like where Hollywood was 2 years ago, and it's like it's trickling through. But the money talks, man. The more money they lose, it's all about the money at the end of the day. So they lose enough money, then they're gonna weed these people out, and we'll get good writing again. Yeah, Silo. I try to watch that. I like it, but it's I haven't had a chance to go back and watch it. I started watching Yellowstone again, and the Landman, dude. Landman, that's awesome. That show, Landman, on Paramount Plus. Yeah, so let's get to the good part. Lila wakes up, and then she's like, "What the hell?" But she had blue eyes. Her eyes looked a little different. I couldn't tell if she had spice eyes or if they were kind of hinting blue a little bit, but I couldn't tell for sure. Then they looked like it almost looked like, I guess they are kind of blue right there, huh? So she had like these blue spicy eyes now. And she's a Reverend Mother now too. So that might not be her anymore. We don't know for sure. Could be Dorothea. And then she lets the uncle die. And this is where we find out, like, I was like, what, is this a vision? And as Griffin comes back, and I was like, wait, is it? At first I was like, oh, she's having a vision. And then you find out, boom, she says, Theo. And then, oh, crap. And then we find out. Then we find out Theodosa is a face dancer. And I was like, whoa! I did not see that coming. I didn't see that coming at all. So she like basically like ancestor of Saitel or something. I don't know, but no, I don't know. From Messiah, but yeah, dude, she's a face dancer. So she can change her appearances and all kinds of stuff to look like people. So I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And I was like, damn, did you guys catch that? So that's straight out of Dune Messiah, the same kind of Palaxu, whatever, face dancer, whatever crap. I can't remember how they breed them and all that kind of thing. I gotta look up that. I gotta go look that up and get smart on that. But, but they use them for entertainment, right? The face dancers. But normally, you know, I guess they had them in. Back then too, because they're not in the books at all that I remember. There's no like major character that's a shapeshifter, face dancer, what do you want to call them, in the prequel books. So that's the first. So this is like they're kind of now they're bringing in the old stuff, the original books into this. Man, awesome stuff though. Awesome stuff we got here going. Yeah, so, yeah. Tell me what you guys think. So that was her brother. That's what her brother looked like. Her brother's dead. And then what I don't get is, did she use her as something else earlier? Or was it... I didn't get the purpose of just her wanting to see her brother again. Or did Theodosa act like Harrow or something earlier? Or somebody else already and we didn't catch it? You know what I'm saying? Or was it her only job to look like Griffin? I don't know. But yeah, or maybe she still has a mission for her. But she was saying all this stuff like, now I believe in you and all those things. So I was like, oh, okay. And then she's like, thanks, Theo. So now she's kind of on board with Valia. And then but Valia's leading everybody wrong. She's the bad. So people don't understand. Valia Arcona, she's the bad guy in this show. And people don't really kind of understand that, I guess. They're trying to make her everybody look bad, but She's the bad guy. No, that wasn't a ploy. She knew it wasn't her brother. It might be Value's downfall. Well, her downfall is, yeah. Well, I mean, that is her downfall, is her greed to, or her drive for vengeance and all that kind of thing. Yeah, that is definitely her downfall. Something's gonna happen. I think she's gonna get offed somehow. I don't know how. Maybe not. Maybe not this. If they do season 2, please. I hope they get at least a season 2 of this. It looks like we're gonna get some action here. The last couple episodes, possibly. So, but I mean, Dune is not really about action per se. It's about like how there's. So people don't realize Dune Part 1, the movie, the whole scene where the Harkonnens attack Arrakis, and there's all the bombardment and all that. You don't see any of that in the book. It just jumps straight to Paul and them and the Duke and all them captured. And they already took over the city. So in the book, and it doesn't show any action like that in the book. So pretty interesting. But this is really like Dune. It's all suspense, political intrigue, the lore, like basically all the mythological stuff that they have in there. I mean, that's basically what it's supposed to be. So the show is actually doing pretty. Now it is. I mean, episode 1 was definitely the weakest. Everything else has been good. So yeah. I don't know why this show was people don't like it. Like I said, people that are not into science fiction, got it. They're not gonna like this show. Even people who want the fantasy Game of Thrones might not even like this show. But I don't know. I don't get why these other people don't like it. I like it. I like it, guys. Dune Part 1 was, yeah, Dune Part 1 had more action. The movie has more action than even the book has. That's funny. Yeah, Brian's books have a lot more like fleet battles and so the tidbits. We had the Emperor mentions his ancestors fought Titans. That was awesome. Talking about the Titan, the Cymex. There was the little bit of a Easter egg towards Mentats in this episode. They finally recognized the Mentats. I wish they would have some of them in there, but okay, it is what it is. Spacing Navigator, man, are they not going to do that? Because that's going to hurt the show if they don't show a Mentat or a Spacing Guild Navigator. But there were some other tidbits in this episode of the lore which I liked. And then you have your face dancer. So there's some cool stuff going on here. Ixian stuff they mentioned. So they finally kind of talking about Ixians. House Vernius they mentioned. Some of those people that show up there. That's pretty funny. Yeah, the houses from if you play Dune Spice Wars, the video game, you can play as some of those houses. They have different kind of military units and stuff. So if you guys aren't aware, there's a PC game. It's on Xbox as well, called Dune Spice Wars, and it's a real-time strategy / 4X kind of strategy game. So I don't know if you guys play. If you do play PC games, and you like games like Command and Conquer, things like that, there's a game called Dune Spice Wars, and it's pretty good. I've played it on my channel. You can go look up my videos on it. I did a couple vids on it, and I still play. I was playing it yesterday. It's just not the greatest game to stream. It's kind of slow. It's a slow strategy, so it's like it takes a while to win the match. So it's not necessarily the best for streaming. But I like the videos on it. Fun game to play. Let's see here. Dune. Let's see. Rating. I'm trying to see. So Dune Prophecy premiere scores 1.2 million viewers across platforms. So it got a a good opening. The show did. I just don't know how many people are. So it's not fully renewed for season 2. I hope it is. So far, so good, man. So far, I am liking this show, guys. I don't know what you guys think, but everyone here seems to like it. Just let me know what you guys think in the chat here of how. Oh, Kato! Yeah, you're late, man. I already went over the whole episode. Kato. I talked about the whole episode, but I'm still streaming. I went through the whole episode already. But we're still kind of talking about the ratings and stuff, and why people are hating, why so many kind of media, news journalism sites and things are hating on the show. So there's some people that just don't like Dune at all. That's one thing. And then I'm looking at the Reddit here right now. I'm active in the Dune Reddit. Oh, I didn't drop my stream for the Dune Awakening. I didn't drop my live stream for the Dune. I kind of messed up here, guys. On the Discord. But that's cool. Yeah. Give some of the Discord love. I gotta love my Dune Awakening Discord. It's my favorite Discord. I'm not, dude, that's the only one I'm ever active in, really. Some pretty good guys in there. Let's see here. They're basic. I'm gonna be loving spoiling the show in there. Yeah. So before. Sorry about Kato. Sorry you're getting here so late. I'm actually winding down the stream here in a minute. So my theory, guys, before we kind of dial it down, I gotta go to work in the morning. But my theory is that. I made a video about it, so it's not new, is that he is Vorian Atreides. So the reason I think he might be Vorian Atreides, which I could be totally wrong. I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm right, but then it'd be fun if it's another thing too. If it's either way, I don't care. But, so, in the books, Vorian Atreides resists Valya's, he's the only person who can resist her voice. That's one thing. The next thing is that he fakes his death at the end of Navigators of Dune, and he flies off, and he's gonna get facial reconstruction to hide from the Harkonnens. So they think he's dead. Plus, he changed his face. On top of that, he spent numerous years and stuff on Dune. He knows the Fremen ways. He was embedded with the Fremens. He knows about spice mining. He knows all the ways of the desert and everything, because he's been around for, what is he, 180 now or 200 something? And so he has life extension. He doesn't age, right? So that answers why he's survived multiple tours on Arrakis. Episode 4 kind of helps my theory, right? Maybe, because she's gonna get his blood now, right? And then what I think is gonna happen is that this is just my theory, guys. I could be totally, don't be mad at me if I'm wrong. It's just for fun. It's all just for fun. This is what I'm thinking. They're gonna put him in the computer, and they're gonna be like, holy crap, this guy's Vorian Atreides. Now, or it could be, hey, he's a clone, he's a Gola. So it could be that too. So in a weird way, it kind of helped my but there wasn't any tells I could see. And he's very aware of thinking machine technology, right? He's very anti-thinking machine, which was kind of, well, Vorian. The only thing I think, the only thing that's keeping me from really thinking this is Vorian, though, fully, is the way he's acting with all the killings and the like unbridled devotion to the Emperor and all that stuff. That's not very Vorian like from the books. He wasn't really like that. he was more like that towards the Atreides, his families, stuff like that. So, but they're doing things a little differently here in this show, anyways. So that is possible. It's not him. So that's why I'm like 90% sure it's him. I'm probably like more like 60 because it could be. They could go any way with it, but I personally hope it's Vorian, and then that would be hilarious. So at a minimum, I think that's gonna come out that this guy is some. Okay, so there's got to be a reason. Vorian can resist the voice, and then his dang that sister Jen. This is what I'm thinking. Jen might be having a Atreides link. This I could be totally wrong, but or maybe she's a clone. Who knows? But or maybe she's a Gola. Yeah, it's all. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Hell, they might not even tell us what he is. Well, they got his blood. I think we're gonna find out probably at the end of the next episode. Probably is what we'll find out, or the end of the last episode. We might find out that he's Vorian. For 100%, we've seen the trailer. Desmond starts the precursor to the Sardaukar. You seen those guys in the hoods, the ninja-looking dudes? That's got to be early Sardaukar that he's gonna start. But I think we're gonna see the beginning of the Sardaukar for sure. That's 100%. I think that's got to be true. So I think we're gonna see that. So. I don't know. I'm babbling here. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And then something with the face dancer. They're gonna have her do something. I don't know what. Maybe try to trick Desmond with her. Theodosa. I think Theodosa's gonna get killed. I don't know why. That's my theory. Well, folks, I'm gonna wind this down. I gots to go to work. Wait, I just read that Elima Berto Anero is the daughter of Vor. Yeah, you talking about you're talking about Mother Raquella. Mother Raquella, you know that she died. The old lady. Some other superior in the beginning. Yeah, that's Vorian's daughter. They never mentioned that in the show. Yeah, said she was kind of like he went off to some planet, knocked up some chick, and had a illegitimate kid, and that was her. Yeah, Mother Raquella, the first Reverend Mother, was Vorian's daughter. Yeah, that's true. See, I'm telling you, man, everything's pointing to Vorian, dude. But I don't know. How many times have they mentioned his name now? Like 10 times in the show? I'm just telling you guys, this is a gut feeling I have. Is he going to be Vorian? But, yeah, I hope I'm right so I don't look like a fool at this point. I don't want to look dumb. I hope it's at least the Gola, too, because if it's like some random thing that we never heard of before, a random character or some backstory that everyone's going to be like, huh? Ugh. Yeah, Annual, that's the mother. That's the Mother Raquella. That's why, because she started it. Yep. Has anybody heard, side note, has anybody seen anything about this Indiana Jones game and if it's any good or not? I got kind of burned on the pre-ordering a game this year, like a whole collector's edition of a video game. And the game ended up not being that good. And then so I'm not pre-ordering games until reviews come out. But yeah. Tula says Annual wakes up and the AI. No, her name's Lila. Oh, Annual. Oh, you're talking about the AI's name. Is that the AI's name? Ooh. I might have to look at that. Is that the AI's name? Aniro? That's the name of the... Right? Am I right on this? Am I going cuckoo here? Well, she's... Yeah. So... Let's see. Late to the God Emperor is the eyes from the... That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm kind of thinking is this Leto. Leto the God Emperor. I mean, it has to be. Jarence B. It's got to be. So. Mular from the AFAP is playing Indiana game on YouTube. Yeah, so... I want to know if that game's good before buying it. Well, it comes out for free. I have Game Pass. So maybe I'll live stream it. Maybe... I'm trying not to live stream other than Dune games on my channel. Maybe I should live stream certain games on here just for fun until Dune comes out. Maybe I should live stream would you guys watch if I played other than Dune games on here? Would you guys watch me live stream Indiana Jones or something? I try to stay primarily just Dune information. And I seem to have the best luck here on Sunday nights, guys, with viewers after these episodes. It's good though, because people are watch the show and then it's fresh in their mind. And they come over to my stream. That's my hopes. Yeah, he'd watch. Yeah, so that game comes out for Game Pass in a couple days, 2 days, I think. Yeah, but. So what do you guys think of the episode? I thought it was awesome. I think I might go back and watch it again, actually. But yeah, so my biggest questions coming out of this is Jen here, Sister Jen. What the hell is her deal? I can't wait to see what the blood reveals for Desmond. And then I want to see kind of what's going to happen because I really don't know what's the plot, what really is going to happen at the end. Are they going to try and... What I'm thinking is there's going to be a standoff. Desmond's gonna try and use his new little army to go take out the Sisterhood, and then they're gonna realize real fast, oh crap, Valia can kill people in 2 seconds. She's the best fighter. What they don't realize in the books, Valia is the best fighter in the Sisterhood, and she's one of the best fighters overall. Now she's older now. But they're gonna let that secret out. I think that she's gonna tear people up. In the book, she just straight murderizes people. I'll murderize you. Yeah. So same with Tula. Tula can kick some ass too. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Oh, Thomas Anonymous. I don't know the release date for Dune. No, Dune Awakening. It's early. 2025, that's all we know. But like you said, Desmond may start... That's what I think. I have a theory about that too, that he starts the starter... At least the precursor to the starter car. Oh, Kato supports Web Radio. Yeah! He supports me. Well, the problem is, this damn Dune Awakening just won't freaking come out. We'll keep waiting for it. Oh man, and I want to play a game on stream. And I try to keep this channel purely Dune stuff, so that's the problem. I have streamed other things that weren't Dune, but before we end, hey, you know what it is. I always gotta show you guys a trailer from the '80s of a movie I recommend to watch before we end the stream. So here we go. Today I showed Phantom of the Opera earlier. That was a camel spider. That spider on the wall, that was a camel spider that she threw the knife at. And I was like, oh, ew, that's a camel. I was like, brother, it's a camel spider like they have in Iraq and Kuwait. They got those camel spiders. Look just like that. I thought that was funny. But so I got a little a little tidbit trailer before we end this. A movie I recommend you all go watch if you have not seen it before. Spies Like Us with it's Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase. This is a classic. Man. Oh, is it even working?
Coffee? That's a good idea.
Let me start it over.
Chevy Chase. Get us the hell out of here! Dan Aykroyd.
To think my high school guidance counselor said I'd never amount to anything.
Spies Like Us.
Oh,
We're
man.
Americans!
Classic, guys. That's a classic. If you haven't watched that movie before, I recommend that movie. This is a fun classic. Well, guys, I'm gonna call that a stream tonight. I appreciate it. And I might try to work in my Wednesday night gaming. I haven't done it yet. I'm trying to do Wednesday nights live stream gaming on here. And then we'll see what I play. But yep, pretty much until then, we are going to call it an evening. Make sure to like, sub, all that good stuff. I am fully monetized now, so hey, you guys can, if you want to support the channel, you can join. I haven't really fine-tuned my groups and stuff. My goal is to, when the game comes out, members of the channel, like, well, you know, can like, we'll join up and play Dune Awakening together on stream and stuff like that. You know, I'm not that big of a, you know, streamer or YouTuber yet, but I'm trying to get there, guys. I'm trying to get there. But like, if you're like whatever, a member, things like that, you know, we can like do member streaming, that kind of stuff. And then because yeah, I don't know how that game's gonna play out, but when it does come out, that's kind of my goal with the memberships later down the road. So you can just wait till then if people want to do like you know, member stream. But I'm not that big, so I'll probably just play with people for free anyways. But hey, I gotta do something if I'm trying to make this a big thing. But yeah, guys, I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Maybe Wednesday. I'll put a message in my YouTube, so my feed and all that. So make sure to go check out my stuff, my Twitch too. So I have a Twitch, so I have all the links in the bio. Silver plaque, yeah, hopefully. All right, guys, I will see you next time.
Flows through every hand. Shai Hulud rules the desert sand. Paul's visions, good times hold. He who sees where futures unfold. Blue within blue eyes so bold. Destinies in spice foretold. Shifting sands are fate to find. In the desert heat we leave behind. Promise of the queens that had a rack. Rising from the dust and back. Thopters cutting through the sky. Harkonnens blood and spice to lie. What is worth more than gold? Ancient secrets still untold. Shiny whispers, dreams to thee. Bene Gesserit's prophecy. Fear the mind that's set free. In the shadows, destiny. Shifting sands are fate to find. In the desert heat we leave behind. Promise of the queens that had a rack. Rising from the dust and back. to thee. Bene Gesserit's prophecy. Fear the mind that's set free. In the shadows, destiny. Shifting sands are fate to find.